Coach, spring game, what did you like?
Well, I thought for the most part our execution was good on both sides of the football. Seemed like a relatively clean game, and spring practice, this is really just an opportunity for our guys that haven't played a lot in the fall to be able to execute in front of a crowd. So it was fun to see a great crowd and a really good atmosphere for a spring game.
We all know what Johnny can do, but you got some nice backups there.
Yeah, I think that's one spot right now that I think we have quite a bit of depth at is our receiving core. Those guys played well tonight, and it's been a good spring getting our two young quarterbacks a lot of reps with John Larson out to get those guys' feet wet, and that's what tonight was about, is making sure they're ready to execute by next fall.
With no Baltz back this year, Dain looked pretty good.
Dain did look pretty good, yep. So it's we're going to play receiver kind of by committee. Dain's obviously had a good spring here and returns from next fall. Byron Bynum, I know he didn't play a ton in the slot tonight, but he'll play quite a bit in the slot next fall as well.
You mentioned that this is kind of the time of year where you get to see a lot more young guys than you normally do out in the field. Did you learn anything about anyone new this spring?
Well, I think so. We're really young on our offensive line, so we're going to potentially start 3 or 4 new guys there that haven't started football games for us. So really all spring up until tonight, we had a chance for those guys to work in units. Tonight we broke them up, so it's a little bit different, but that'll be an important group with our young offensive line for those guys to be cohesive by next fall.
Looked like you had a lot of those guys playing both for both teams.
Yeah, and some of this was we're trying to get guys like Wade Sullivan, Zach Ogile, some of our older offensive linemen that we know can and are going to be repped up by next fall. We're trying to get those guys out of the game so we can get those younger guys as many reps as we can.
How different is it to reload the quarterback room this year? I mean, you got John coming back, but is it just different? What do you see out of those guys?
Yeah, it's exciting for me. It's no different than 2 years ago when we had Drew Bauer out of the mix and we were trying to get one of these 3 guys ready to go. It puts the pressure on me and in my room to make sure that we can come out and execute. So for me, it's fun, it's energizing, and it's also, this spring it's been fun to watch John Larson coach these guys and be a leader and step away from always playing. And he understands the big picture is we got to make sure we have another 2 quarterbacks ready to go. So it's been fun. I thought Keegan and Garrett, they both had good springs. They've had their ups and downs. I thought both of them played well today. They played composed, and when you have an atmosphere for a spring game like this was invaluable time for those guys.
2 new coordinators. What did you like the play calling?
Well, it's tough to evaluate when you're both coordinators against each other. So again, tonight we're looking for execution. Chase and Trey, we're not worried about those guys. They'll be ready to go by next fall. I thought they called a good game tonight, but it's a spring game. We were vanilla. We just want to make sure we could execute our base stuff, make sure we had personnel in, and bottom line, want to get out of here healthy, which I think we did.
Guys on both sides of both defenses look great. What can you say? Nate Pearson's, those types.
Yeah, well, again, on the defense side of football right now, we return guys in 11 spots with a lot of playing experience. So whether or not they started or not is beside the point. Guys like Nate Pearson, guys like Isaac Erdman, Michael Kirkendall, those guys maybe didn't start every single game for us last fall, the last 2 years, but they were an intricate part of what happened last fall on our defense side of the football.
What do you think is going to be the toughest to reload with when you lose the 23 guys you did?
Well, I think just identifying our leadership. This season is now, we've turned the page. It's on our seniors' plate to make sure we continue to build upon the tradition of UMD football. So everybody that comes here understands our expectation is to go out and win every game. And so spring's about, taking a step towards that. And now these guys get a chance to take a break, take care of finals, and reload for the summer.
Who picked the teams?
Our seniors and our captains picked the team, so they drafted them on Monday night.
Yeah, who were the 2 guys that came out? It was Erdman and Atkins?
Bill Atkins and Isaac Erdman.
Okay,
yeah.
it was those 2. Yep. And Garrett appear to have a nice relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
What can you say about the job he did?
Oh, he did fantastic. We're in the same grade, so we've been grinding together. We have after every play, we talk about what happened, what we saw, what coverage is. So, we have a good chemistry, and it showed today.
Expectations are obviously high. What can you say? What can you say about this team?
We're a young team, but we had a lot of young players get some experience last year, and we're just trying to build off our playoff appearance from last year. And we had a lot of good leaders from last year that really helped us out.
Now you need new leaders, right?
Right, exactly.
You want to reattach that? You're good.
I'll just hold it.
No Jason, no Bolts. What's that mean for you?
Well, I mean, he's still on the team. He's still a coach, so I still get his advice, still get his wisdom. I mean, he was one of the better wide receivers to ever come through the program, so it's always nice to have him on the sidelines if I ever need anything.
Are you expecting big things from yourself?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Learning from Nate Ritchie and Jason Baltz and leaders like Johnny McCormick really help you out.
Are you more of a slot guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That's awesome. And what can you say with John being out? Is this hard or?
No, I mean, we got good leaders. We got with Garrett and Keegan, they're both learning, but they're both extremely talented quarterbacks. So I mean, it's not. I mean, John will be back.
Yeah.
So
But
not
as
too
we've
worried
seen,
about
you
it.
need to have good backups.
Right, absolutely. And
guys have
Garrett,
seen that firsthand.
Garrett really stepped up today a lot. You could tell he had leadership in the huddle. Threw some nice balls today.
Maroon teams get bragging rights then?
Oh yeah. We were actually. White was talking a lot of smack today, so I'm sure Monday lifting won't be too nice for them.